Today, I will be discussing the topic coffee. Coffee hysterically has the power to have people wait in a 10-car pileup line, if not more, to get their daily cup of coffee. Some people would not make it through their day without having their daily cup of coffee. Today, I will be informing you about the plant coffee comes from, the origin, statistics on daily coffee drinkers, the top chain industry, as well as some research facts on health benefits. Coffee comes from an evergreen shrub or small tree. It is grown in tropical climates. It can also be grown as a houseplant in temperate climates with well-draining potting soil. It must have bright light and high humidity indoors, but if taken outdoors, some partial shade is recommended. According to NC State, after planting, this takes 3 to 4 years. When time is up, small white fragrant blooms will appear from late spring to early summer. The berries are edible and have the features of a pulpy grape-like texture, but it is the coffee bean that is sought after. Berries are picked by hand, and when ripe and depulped with the extracted beans, then dried in the sun, it is then grinded and produced the popular beverage known as coffee. No one knows exactly how or when coffee was discovered, though there are many legends about its origin. According to the National Coffee Association, the coffee bean was discovered by a goat herder by the name of Caldy. Caldy had noticed his goats eating from an unfamiliar plant earlier in the day. He realized that this plant has caused his goats to stay awake all through the night. Caldy shared his findings with the local monastery, who would then try the berries himself. He later realized that the berries gave himself energy to stay awake during his prayers. He then shared the findings with other monks. As the findings of the coffee bean was shared, word had moved east to the Arabian Peninsula, which would be the start of the coffee bean's journey. According to eImports, coffee statistics show that among coffee drinkers, the average consumption in the United States is 3 cups of coffee per day. The average size of a cup of coffee is 9 ounces. So you are probably now wondering how many cups are consumed daily in the United States. Well, Americans consume 400 million cups of coffee per day, making the United States the leading consumer of coffee in the world. The number one coffee chain is, you've got it, Starbucks. Its first store opened in the year of 1971 and now has well over 28,000 stores globally. According to USA Today, Starbucks sells 4 million coffee drinks per day. According to Statista, a global number one business data platform, shows that in 2019, Starbucks revenue amounted to approximately $26.51 billion US. According to the Harvard Health blog published by Robert H. Schmerling, an MD, says moderate coffee consumption, which is 3 to 4 cups per day, has been linked with longer lifespan. In fact, a November 2015 study in Circulation found that coffee consumption was associated with an 8% to 15% reduction in the risk of death. Other studies have found that coffee drinkers may have a reduced risk of cardiovascular disease, which include heart attack, heart failure, and stroke, type 2 diabetes, Parkinson's disease, and many more as listed. The reason that coffee drinking might be beneficial is unknown. One factor, of course, could be the caffeine, but that can be hard to sort out from the research because many studies do not distinguish whether the coffee is caffeinated or decaffeinated. A number of studies have linked coffee consumption to health problems, also including bladder and pancreatic cancer, esophageal cancer, and many others as listed. Although these are some health risks that result from drinking coffee, many research that proved this says that people could result in these health risks by drinking too much coffee, which is over 4 cups of coffee daily. In a June 2016 report, the World Health Organization officially lifted coffee from the list of potentially carcinogenic foods. It went on to designate coffee as potentially protective against cancer of the uterus and liver. This is to the coffee fanatics or the future. Considering all of this good news about coffee consumption, you might feel tempted to increase your intake or to start drinking it if you don't already. To the people who don't like coffee, there is no current recommendation to drink it anyway. Although, if you are already a coffee drinker, it should be reassuring that after decades of research, no strong link can be found between coffee intake and cancer. Just keep in mind to only drink the recommended intake, which is about 3 cups. Be sure to moderate your coffee intake, but as the millions of people drinking coffee every day will tell you, when it comes to coffee, there's nothing like it.